What up, YouTube? Pink Ladies, T-Birds, just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is Jimmi Pynk, and I'm the homecoming queen. Eat it up and crown it.
Stopping the senses, the Ross, fixing with the flawless diction, nigga. I pledge allegiance to the pink, the black, the blue, United Killers of Ohio and my whole assassin crew. Gangsters, hustlers, scholars, strugglers, lovers, kids in America. I pledge allegiance to the pink, the black, the blue, United Killers of Ohio and my whole assassin crew. Prom queens, players, burnouts, haters, neighbors, kids in America. Political and social defiance, misfits was forming a lines, we thrown the lines.
Okay, so let's talk about Riverdale season 1. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what episode we on, but oh my god. Okay, while I'm going ahead and taking off these uncomfortable ass gloves, which by the way, my fellow bio queens, drag queens, are just fashion girls, be careful when you order shit from China for eBay, because that shit is for Chinese built people. That's why their extra larges are medium. Them gloves are so goddamn tight I had to take them off. But anyway, the look goes as follows. Giving you Josie and the Pussycats at homecoming, since we only got them at the beginning of the fucking episode and not at the dance and not the fucking act that was performing at homecoming. Instead, we had to get this tired ass cover of one of my favorite fucking 80s songs, which is Kim Wilde, Kids in America. And if you heard the intro, you know that I sampled that song on one of my albums because I love that fucking song, and that wasn't a good rendition of it. Sorry about it. But anyway, let's get into the nitty gritty, the real shit. So let's talk about the secrets, the lies, and the shit that we find out, and the shenanigans. So we start off with Polly, and she's, you know, snooping around, which is why she's at the Blossom's house, and she's doing her little snooping around. I am so sorry, my air conditioner is gonna be loud, but it's hot as fucking here. I just cooked. She's snooping around, and we find out that Mr. Blossom is a wig wearing man, because his hair is not red, it's white. Now, a couple of different things with that. That could just be symbolizing that he is not who he seems to be. Or it could be some shade, like maybe this motherfucker ain't actually really a Blossom. Maybe he's adopted or something. Because, and I'll tell you why. Here we go with the colors again, and I know this was just for a cover girl cameo. But we see Raleigh Ringwald, which of course is Archie's mom, who of course is the iconic redhead of the 80s. Like, if you think about a redhead and you of a certain age, the first person you're going to think of is Molly Ringwald. Even before Ariel, the Little Mermaid, even before Jessica Rabbit, you're going to think Molly Ringwald. And of course, what does she have in common with Cheryl Blossom? Y'all ever see that bitch with any other color lipstick on but red? I'm just saying, something smell rotten in the state of Riverdale, y'all. I'm sorry. I think that some kind of way, I really honestly think that Molly Ringwald got something to do with it, and that's why she came in swooping like, yeah, son, I thought Riverdale was good for you, blah, 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 etc., but I'm going to need you to come to Chicago now. At the same time, ain't FP trying to hit it out of town and go to Toledo. Hey, come on down, FP, come on, Ohio. We would love to have y'all. But then we have this subtext of, this episode was actually, honest to God, it was a lot of parent drama. A lot of the parents. So we have Betty Cooper, which at first I hated. I'm kind of living for Betty Cooper now, y'all. I am kind of living for Betty Cooper, because at the end of the day, if your last name is Cooper, it's the husbands that really got the beefs. The wives are married into this. So it seems like to me she is more now about just finding out what the deal is and being a true journalist and really just wanting to know what the tea is. I feel her as a mom. She wants to make sure Jughead's dad ain't got nothing to do with it, because after all, her daughter is dating his son. I don't want my daughter around no bullshit like that. You got to feel that. I'm not even a parent and I got to feel that. So it seems like now that the husband is out the way, she is more to journalistic integrity, investigative journalist. I just want to know what the tea is. And I'm here for that. So, Betty. We get a mention of the, what is they calling it? Varchi? Whatever the fuck they calling them. It can't be Aronica, so it's got to be like Varchi. I don't know. But we get a quick mention of it, and she like, dude, it is too much going on for me to even think about taking you fucking seriously. Also considering the fact how many women you done been fucking with in just since this season started, like 4? Yeah, no thanks, I'll pass, nigga. But she doesn't want to hurt Betty. However, she has her own things because they come to find out Hiram Lodge might be getting out of jail pretty soon because of the testimony. And she like, but hold up, just because I spoke on my dad's behalf, I still don't trust my dad. I spoke on my dad's behalf to save my mom, even though her mom don't know that. She did it to save her mom. And now she like, oh shit, he might be getting out. I need to get to the bottom of this now because I don't trust my father and I don't want him back in our life fucking up shit. And it does seem like Veronica, now that she doesn't have that socialite New York thing, that she can be like more herself, and she does seem like she would be happier staying in Riverdale. Can y'all see that sweat? I'm motherfuckers sweating over here. So she wants to know, because nobody wants to think badly about either parent, and she's at this point thinking her father is a monster. Which ended up being a common theme because Cheryl Blossom had that revelation too. So when Polly was pulling her chain, like, well, it is blast from the past, how about we go and get some of your mom's vintage jewelry to wear to homecoming? And Cheryl, who is a bit self-absorbed, let's be honest, Cheryl is like, yeah, I'm with it. So she takes Polly over there and they find out the engagement ring is in there. Well, the engagement ring was supposed to be something Jason had. So, how do you have the engagement ring? How do you have the engagement ring? So, Polly snaps immediately. Cheryl, who, like her dad said, is a blossom through and through, pulled that shit together and was like, oh, bitch, don't think you safe. Chalked it up as a loss. But she lies to her parents and says, oh, I flushed it down the toilet in case she ever brings it up. There ain't no evidence. And the parents is like proud of her. Bravo, you put the family first. But lo and behold, and I knew that right then, Cheryl still got that ring, and we see at the end of the episode she do. Also, we get the whole explosion of everybody working behind Jughead's back looking to the father. He starts blaming Betty, who didn't even have nothing to do with it. So he gets mad. Now, one thing I will say I had a big ass problem with. This boy's father just got arrested for murder. The sheriff, why are you coming to the dance to tell anybody that? And if you were coming just looking for Jughead, then as a motherfucking officer of the goddamn law, it ain't nobody's business why you looking for Jughead. I just need to talk to Jughead. How is it that everybody and their mama knew before Jughead that he just got arrested for Jason Blossom's murder, and y'all told him in front of his friends, in front of everybody? Where they do that at? You don't do that. And I had a real big problem with that. But of course it comes out that Veronica and Archie was snooping behind the back. And that's a good thing, because they go to Jughead, or they don't get them find Jughead, they go to Betty and they're like, we searched that apartment. We were in that closet. See, the gag for me was I thought they was going to find Jason's jacket. And that ain't what they found. So that was the gag for me. So they're like, we looked all over that house. We was in that closet. There wasn't no lockbox in that closet. There wasn't no gun in that closet. Somebody set him up. I could be wrong. I'm calling it now. Archie's mom got something to do with this shit. I'm sorry. Because at this point, there's no other reason to bring her into the series. What we got left? Like 4 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes, what we got left? Why are you bringing Archie's mom in? We know he's not going to move. We know he ain't going to move out of town. You can't have fucking Riverdale without fucking Archie, even though he's the least interesting character. You have to have Archie. The universe revolves around Archie and Archie's friends, even though he's the lamest character. I just think Molly Ringwald got something to do with it, y'all. I'm sorry. I just do. Also, the thing is this, or however I'm going to have something to do with it, it's just the father, the Blossom father, like I said, I feel like that scene with them showing that he wears wigs was important and that his hair was white. Something is up with that. They showed us that for a reason. It wasn't just for shock factor. And the mother, like I said, the same thing with Betty's mom is the same thing with Cheryl and Jason's mom. She married into this shit. And yeah, she a Blossom, but I also think of some inbreeding going on there that you just don't find that many redheaded people. But anyway, I feel like she was genuine. Like when Cheryl saw her breaking down crying, like he killed my son, and she was breaking down, because whatever shiesty is going on, she really don't know what's going on. All she knows is her son is dead. Now she has the ring, and as far as she know, that story about he denounced the family and he walked away and he didn't want to have nothing to do with the family, so he threw it in my face. As far as she know, that's the truth, because she was the one holding on to the ring. But she wasn't there when Jason threw it in the face. She just said he threw it in the father's face and the father gave it to her for safekeeping. So you don't know if that's the true story either, and I don't think that it is. So here's my theory. They make it very important and very key about the red hair. They mentioned it again today about the father having white hair, and Cheryl was like, but we Blossoms, we live and die by our red curly locks. Whose hair was red and curly today? Archie's mom. All of a sudden she just got to town, and all of a sudden it's an anonymous tip that to go search FP's house, and now it's magically a gun there after Archie and Veronica just did that shit. She got something to do with it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. She got something to do with it. Because who would suspect her? Who would suspect her? She might be a Blossom cousin, or she might have been a Blossom that they had and she was given up for adoption at some point. But she related to them Blossoms. You're not going to tell me no different. She related to them Blossoms. Also, can I just talk about Josie's hair? Come on, ombre braids to Pynk. So all the pussy you guys had on a little pink and red, and Josie of course had on a pink leopard skirt. I was living. But y'all really shading me with these motherfucking pussycats is all I'm saying. What else? Sad Ass Kids in America remake. I talked about that already. What else? Oh! When Betty invited the dad to dinner. These petty ass parents. And you hear, I told y'all FP knew something. I thought FP might have been the dad or whatever baby that this woman aborted. I think the baby is off somewhere living with somebody else, and this baby is somebody else in the story that we don't know about. Supposedly Chet, because they did, Betty and Polly did have an older brother, so apparently Chet. But this other baby, well, I heard them arguing when they was homecoming and King, and Alice Cooper real quick was like, FP, no. Well, I'll shut up when you shut up, bitch. Well, I don't know what it was, but it sounded like life or death to me. That's got to come out eventually. But somebody is lying. Well, a lot of people is lying. I don't think that baby is aborted, y'all. I think that baby, whatever baby that Polly was supposed to have. Not Polly. Goddamn, not Polly. What's the bitch name? Alice. I think that baby is alive and well somewhere, and I think FP know about that too. So anyway, that's it for Josie and the Pussycats. Couple too many glasses with dinner. I was having dinner right along with their ass. I had a beautiful steak and some mashed potatoes and some green beans and a nice bottle of Chianti. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for walking with me, watching me. Also, if you are not a Pink Lady or a T-Bird, feel free to subscribe by clicking the pink Sailor Moon icon. Also, feel free to donate to my Patreon. Oh, I had a new Patreon subscriber today. Let me look it up real quick. I'm probably have to edit this out. Which y'all know I hate to do this shit, but this is part of the package of what you get when you become one of my patrons, so I have to do it. Not that I wouldn't want to do it anyway, but I want to make sure that I did it. Elizabeth Parkhurst has become my Patreon, or has become one of my patrons. So I have two now. So thank you, Elizabeth, and also Andrew Blossoms, who was my first. So I want to thank y'all very much for that. Also, please subscribe. I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all can watch my videos while subscribing. I don't believe in commitment. However, in order for me to get my coin, darling, the higher my number of subscribers, the more money I'm making. YouTube is on some dumb shit right now. They done cut how much we get paid for videos. Something crazy like half of what we get for ad revenue. That's why you see so many of your favorite YouTubers got so many more commercials in their shit. And I try to stay away from that, which is why I started the Patreon in the first place. Because if I get enough patrons, y'all will watch my videos ad free. I put that on everything. If I feel like I can make enough money just off of patrons, I'll start doing the shit ad free, because I think YouTube is raping us. Honestly, I'm sorry, I done just got on some whole other shit besides Riverdale. But thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and just redo that. Pink circle, subscribe. White P, go to my Patreon. Check out some other videos, and just somebody gave me an early birthday gift. Wow, I'm doing it again. But it pertains because this is actually the reason why I dressed like Josie and the Pussycats. It wasn't because they wasn't in the episode. My Pink Ladies and T-Birds know I used to be a rapper. Now, the music that you hear a lot of times is music off my second album, or just lost tracks that I did after my second album just for fun. Somebody found my first album. My first album, my masters got lost on my computer. My computer was stolen. My masters was on it. I had no access to it. This is before it was an iTunes. Wasn't even out yet. This is 2006. I had no access to my first album. And somebody gave me a copy of my first album today. So I was hella excited. And as a musician, I remember how important that was to me. And when I listened to it, like, I was crying. I sound like a totally different person. It kind of sounds like crap because we didn't know what we was doing. But the lyrics are there, and I will start dropping videos. Jimmi Pynk, The Lost Tapes, 2006 as well. Damn. So let me do it again. Subscribe, Patreon, watch other videos, Twitter, Instagram, @Jimmi Pynk. Deuces.